Hi, Kurt Rosengren here. In this short video, I want to give you an overview of a Lunch and Learn presentation I offer. In it, I share a simple framework and a set of practices and techniques employees can use to reduce stress, build greater resilience, feel more energized, and ultimately feel more in their groove so they can step more fully into their potential. It starts with a simple visual approach to thinking about the dynamics that affect how we feel at any given moment, a framework I developed called the Aliveness Code. CODE is an acronym from the endpoints of the two continuums it's built on. The CO continuum runs from constricted to open. We constrict when we experience things like stress or fear or anger. That constriction creates a tunnel vision that makes it harder to see the big picture, problem solve, connect with others, learn, and see the possibilities. Plus, it's just no fun to live there. On the opposite end, we feel a greater sense of openness and expansiveness when, for example, we're in the groove at work, or we feel a sense of connection with someone, or we feel positive emotions like happiness and joy. It's a space where we more readily see the big picture. We're more open to creative problem solving, more able to see things from multiple perspectives. We learn more easily and see a broader range of possibility. The DE continuum is about our energy levels, running from drained to energized. I call that energized and open space the aliveness zone. It's that place where we're at our best and can do our best work. The focus of this Lunch and Learn is helping people get more adept at surfing life's ebbs and flows along those two continuums. Because when they do, they can more consciously move away from drained and constricted and towards energized and open and spend more of their time in the aliveness zone. This Lunch and Learn shifts the focus from a fundamental question we so often ask, how can I change my life? Or more accurately, how can I change things out there so I'll be happier? To a more effective and empowering question, how can I change my experience of my life? What we can change out there is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the potential for making positive change. The rest of the iceberg is change through the inner game. In the inner game, there are three primary factors that affect how you experience life: the stories you tell, what you focus your attention and awareness on, and your inner state. So let's take those one at a time. Story first. This is based on the idea that there is no static out there. There's nothing you and I are inherently going to experience identically. Our experiences depend largely on how we interpret things, what we make things mean. In other words, the story we tell. The story you tell creates the lens through which you see the world. That, in turn, dictates what you see and ultimately what you experience. When you change your story, you change your experience. In the Lunch and Learn, I'll share tips on developing awareness of the stories you tell and what effect they have on you. Common stories many of us tell that get in our way, and how to shift those to more helpful stories. And story shifting practices and exercises. Okay, the next thing that shapes our experience is focus. More specifically, where we direct our attention and awareness. What we pay attention to dictates to a large degree what's taking up real estate in our awareness. If we're not paying attention to it from an awareness perspective, it's as though it doesn't exist. In the Lunch and Learn, I share ideas for building awareness of where you focus your attention and what impact that has on you. Practices to help employees cultivate a more naturally positive and empowering focus. And focus shifting exercises. Okay, the last experience influencer is your state, which is really a combination of 4 different states: emotional, mental, physical, and energy. Now, these states are often interrelated, and the things that affect one of them often affects the rest of them as well. In this section, I share some of the basics that affect all of them, like diet, hydration, exercise, and sleep. Exercises and practices people can easily apply on the fly to help them change their state and move back towards the aliveness zone. And practices people can develop to build a more solid inner foundation to stand on. So, to bring it back to the basics with something easy to remember, everything I've been talking about here can be captured by remembering these 3 simple questions. What story am I telling? What picture is my focus painting? And what is my state? Each of those questions is a portal to an opportunity for your employees to proactively shape and shift their experience so they feel less stressed, more energized, and more in their groove, all of which ultimately helps them step more fully into their potential.